my schedule just been all crazy.
Say, what you do? Where you at? Oh, you got plans. Don't say that. Shut your trap. I'm sipping wine in a robe. I look too good to be alone. My house clean, my pool warm. Just shake smooth like a newborn. We should be dancing, romancing in the east wing and the west wing of this mansion. What's happening? I ain't playing no games. Every word that I say is coming straight from the heart. So if you're trying to lay in the sun, I'ma leave the door open.
Fuck that.
That's
real smooth. That's real smooth.
I like that.
Yeah, that's
It's real chill. Grab some wine.
How your incense burning?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Speaking of incense, you like this candle?
Smell the ambiance.
So glad we didn't want the candle. You sure took, you sure just took it.
Look, she ain't gonna turn down no sale.
I mean, we weren't gonna buy it. You just didn't give us the option.
He was like, "Yep, let me get this." I'm like, "Okay, cool with that." I got y'all though. I got something at home still.
Well, see, you're supposed to order online like everybody else listening to.
I do all the time because I can't stand people come in my inbox. Like, can you please just go to my website? Can I get it? Can you please just go to my website?
Yes.
Please.
Right, because you don't have stuff on hand like that.
I'm starting to get it on hand now because the last few months been eating me up in shipping. So
Man.
so I'm getting a lot more stuff online, and I'm making my lipsticks and my lip gloss and stuff because I can get them down to like $1 each in cost, where I was paying like $4 or $5 before. So
Yeah. Well, listen.
we got to work with the margins.
I make all my candles. So yeah.
All right. So, you know what I'm saying? My whole dining room just look Mika City. Like I could just sell them Mika powders and stuff. I have everything, liquids, everything for both resin and cosmetics and soaps and everything else.
Oh.
So yeah. Girl. All righty. We live. Oh, we could have said something. All right. Welcome to Let's Talk Business podcast. We have a special guest on the show today. I'm your girl, Keisha Bellamy. With me today is Tamika Creighton.
Tamika. And we have a special guest, Miss Passion Jones, today.
Yes. Hey everybody.
Okay, Miss Passion. Now, we've been talking a little bit about your candles, which is absolutely gorgeous. And he went in the lady before we can put it in the camera. Because he's a
He was like, I want it.
We can just get on here.
Thank you.
Don't put it on the little wire, don't burn.
We ain't got time to be burning nothing.
Right.
All right, but let me show you guys the candle. It looks so nice, doesn't it?
And it smells real good too.
Herbs and all that good.
No, that's the candles. Knock it off.
Thank you.
So, Miss Passion, how long you been making candles?
I actually just celebrated my 5th year in
wow.
business this past December. So, been 5 years making candles. I love it.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I love a good candle. Like I will go. I mean, I done spent. I think the most I spent on the candle was like good $25, but it smelled really, really good.
Yes. A good quality candle goes a long way. And I tell people, I'm not gonna lie, I'm better than Bath and Body Works. I've had customers tell me I'm better than Bath
Money, baby. Money,
That's what we talk about.
And, that candle's been blowing up this past season too, so you ain't gonna get no blowed up candles.
Well, I shop black, so where I can, I will shop black.
Yes.
So I would not go spend my money with big box if I don't have to. If I got the small black owned woman business, that's where my money's gonna go.
Yes, I agree. Me
I'm
too.
all for keeping our money in our community where I can. Some of you ladies still need to take our customer service course. Gonna ping that.
Yes.
So, but where I can, I do support black. Okay.
Yeah.
So how do you feel coming upon your 5 years? Because I know everybody's like, your first 5 years is the hardest 5 years of being a business.
Man, because it can get discouraging at times because you put so much money, but you're not getting that money back.
Don't I know it?
and you are perfecting your craft. You got to get good before you get great. So it's just like you have to be patient. You got to be patient with yourself.
Say that
And you
again.
got to be patient with, because especially with your family are always gonna support you, and that be
we,
the
we
main thing.
talk about that a lot.
Girl.
We talk about that
Your
a lot.
family,
Yes.
and you have to get rid of that expectation, because you might be the favorite cousin, but that's not where their money going, and they're gonna continue like they're gonna probably share some stuff, but they ain't gonna buy from you.
Girl, if I can get my cousins to share a post, that'd be wonderful.
I'm blessed in that area. They
That
can
would
share
be
all day long. I'm
wonderful.
cool with that because your friends gonna buy,
And that makes a difference too.
and that makes a difference. So, but I had to learn like everybody is not gonna support me, and I had to start targeting to my target audience. Who do I want? Everybody's like, yeah, do it for your community and all that stuff. Yeah, half of my community don't want to spend no money,
Right.
or they feel like, oh, your price is too high, but it's quality.
And that's what people don't understand. Prices, our prices are not too high. Our price is right where the current market is.
Yeah.
You just don't feel like you should pay us that amount.
But
But you can't go into any store and negotiate no price. You got to pay what they sticker price.
'Cause
And,
they gonna
And if
that
you
be
don't
that.
want to pay it, what do?
walk out
Move
the
around.
door.
Right.
Move around. It's that
And it's
simple.
so crazy because like I sell my lipsticks at like $10, no more than $12, depending on the type of lipstick it is.
But
But
that's how
I
much
go
it
on-
is at Target.
But I go on some of these websites and different things like that, and girls are selling lipsticks for $18, $20.
Yeah.
Why are you tripping? Like, it's not that. I feel like I'm coming in a little low, and I came in a little low because I was a new business. You know,
Right.
I'm trying to build my brand and get people to notice me, but they look at you like, I'm gonna pay you. You're
Well-
gonna pay somebody. Why not me?
What makes
know
you
what I'm saying?
qualified to charge this price?
Because I sat down and my dining room no longer looked like a dining room, it looks like a factory. You know, I spend hours perfecting each
Hello?
lipstick. And if I don't like the way it look, if I don't like the texture, if the colors it mix in the streaks, I'm tossing it. I'm starting over. I'm perfectionist. So
Exactly. They look at the final thing, but they don't understand the process of it.
right.
Yeah, this is priced because you know what time and labor that I'm putting into this to provide you with this final product. It took about 2-3 months to perfect this
Yes.
thing right here that is
Right.
presented to you that you think happens overnight, and it don't happen overnight like that.
It really doesn't.
It doesn't.
Because I've had my cosmetic line for 2 years. This is our second year, and we got hit with COVID.
Mm.
So I'm struggling through COVID trying to launch my brand. And big companies is steady closing, and I'm just getting more and more discouraged. Like, how you gonna launch a brand when these bigger companies is closing? And I was just like, you know what? We still here.
Yeah.
We still got, our loyal customers. Majority of my customers is not even from Milwaukee.
Yeah.
I sell every now and again in Milwaukee, but I sell throughout the US. I sell throughout Canada. I ain't tripping.
Listen, I had to learn, like when COVID hit, especially because I do candle making classes, I do workshops and all of that. So that is like a big bulk of my revenue every month. I do two candle classes a month. That's almost a nice chunk.
Right. And that's exactly what I'm trying to set up right now.
My revenue. I'm just like, okay. So, but you got to pivot. You got to learn how to pivot. And that was like one thing I can say. So I went through the RISE program through the African Chamber of Commerce.
Mhm.
And the one thing that
Where's that at?
the African Chamber,
Is that the one with that's ran by Ruben?
no, I see.
No. I see. Okay.
I see Kendricks. So they teach you like the bottom basics of business and going up. So the key word is pivoting, doing any kind of hard times. You got to figure out what your business, your niche, what you're good at doing. And because the pandemic came, I was like, okay, what can I start doing? I started doing a lot of things. Now we're at home, we're in COVID. I started making meditation kits. I started making different kits to people to do at home. Because the meditation boxes have sage butters, Palo Santos. It has 2 candles in it. It has stones in it.
Oh my
Incense
goodness.
holder. Like I started doing that.
I mean, it makes sense. It
They
makes
really
sense.
do.
Because now we're in a pandemic, we at home,
Be stressed.
stressed, losing your mind.
Exactly.
People, I can just understand it because kids being at home now you're really stressed because
Right.
kids at home and
All day.
you gotta teach them all day.
Right.
So
right.
I had to, like I said, I had to pivot, I had to learn how to do something different. I started writing. I started doing my life, like doing stuff that's gonna build my brand.
Right.
So, and it's just that you have to find what you are passionate about and just really, like we should say, you had to start marketing different.
Yeah. When it first hit, we were doing really good because everybody was locked down. So I was able to get a lot of online sales. It was when the city started to open back up a little bit, whereas my sales started to go down. I was like, dang, now they going, the beauty supply stores are back open. Before I can get all of that. But my biggest thing now, like you said, you're doing courses. I'm recently developing my courses so I can offer, because I learned watching a million YouTube videos. And from this person video to this person video, their techniques is totally different. So after watching a bunch of them, I found my method and I developed my courses. And the difference between it is, like, I have to watch a YouTube video. I got to stop, pause, go back. What did she say? Let me catch that again. Where I want my courses to be, you going through it live. And then you got the option to watch the recording. You get all of your material. You get a whole, basically, cookbook of recipes for different things, from lipsticks, lip glosses, to bullet lipsticks, to eyeshadows, highlighters, all of that good stuff. So I'm actually giving you the whole formula for you to take this information and start your own business. And not just the information, like when you go through the course with me, you get the whole starter. You get your lipstick base, you get a couple of colors, you get the tubes, everything.
Oh, that's
so
dope.
You actually could take the course, and then
Right.
take pictures and put your stuff on the website and just continue making.
Right.
You know.
Then as you doing that, you can tweak it the way you want your own.
Right.
The way you want it yourself.
Because the thing is, I took a couple of recipes from some of the ladies just to see if I can actually do it. But since then, I bought a whole bunch more different mica powders and different colorings and stuff like that, and come up with my own colors or whatever, because I didn't want to have the exact same colors and exact same shades as anybody else.
Right.
So a lot of time you're spending there trying to make yourself just a tad bit different and put your own little niche on things that people don't understand. That takes a lot of time and effort. I done changed my logo like 3-4 times, because it look right over here when I'm doing like flyers, but not so much when I'm putting on the lipsticks.
On the small,
right.
Trust me, I didn't went through 2 name changes. I went through 2 revamps. It's just like, because I was in different stages, in like when I first started to 2 years, and then now it's just like, okay, because my target audience changed too, because now I have more of a high paying price clientele.
That's what's up.
Right.
So
They
I'm more
they're gonna pay it
exactly.
no matter whatever that price is. What you say that price is gonna be, they're gonna pay it.
I have more
Why?
luck
Because they know that you putting that effort in. They know that you got your customer services on point and all that, and they're gonna pay it.
Yep. And it's just like, now I'm working on my luxury brand. So
nice.
It's definitely
And
$30, $40 candles.
Oh, bigger candles.
They're bigger. The vessels are different. They are multi-use vessels. So even with this one, once it's done, this is ceramic. You can do anything with this.
Right.
It's heavy.
Right. It's real pretty too.
And you can do anything with it. So it's a multi-use vessels. So those have tops. You can put your makeup brushes in them. You can do anything you want to do with them when you're done with it. So
where are you currently selling now?
Online, right now. That's the only thing, is online based. I do have Vibes upstairs. I manufacture candles for other businesses as well.
So you do private label?
I do private label.
Nice.
Yes. So I am working with I have 4 clients right now that I work with, manufacturing their candles, helping them expand their brands, creating new brands, and all that good stuff. So I love it.
You're keeping yourself.
So have you thought about putting your candles on Walmart.com?
No, I haven't thought about that.
Amazon.
That is the process. What I'm doing with them, especially with the book, because it's going to be a kit. together. Because these are the choosing you candles.
Mm.
So it is going to be able to get the book and the candle together.
I know I sell I have my own personal website,
Mhm.
my retail website, and I have a wholesale website. And this is what you should probably think of too to get into a lot of smaller boutiques. Tundra.com.
Tundra.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
The good thing about it is you can put your products on there. It's free. So it's money. And the site pays the shipping.
Oh, look at God.
That's why I love Tundra. And I'm actually going to send you the link.
Okay.
So and I get a lot of, and basically Tundra is like a wholesale website. A lot of small boutiques buy from.
Oh.
So your candles will fit perfectly. Your meditation boxes will fit perfectly. And you can either set a minimum or no minimum. It don't really matter.
Oh, that's dope.
You can promote on the site. You can do basically everything you do on a regular website. You can do on them. The thing I like about it is it's free. I don't have to pay for another website, and it's directly for wholesale. You know, and the one way I use it to promote is buy wholesale with free shipping. You know, the biggest thing with us buying wholesale, we're getting our supplies is the shipping costs. Is especially if like when I very, very first started, I was getting everything off of Alibaba. My order be $500, and then my shipping is like another $2. Drives me crazy. So that's one of the big things that I do now, and I'm trying to target more beauty supply stores to get my stuff on shelves, my cosmetic on shelves and things. That's the first thing I tell them: free shipping for your wholesale orders. They be like, "What?" That's my selling point.
That is dope. That's gonna have to use this. Yes, yeah.
So in Walmart also I sell a lot. I don't know why. The only thing that sells on Walmart is my eyeshadows and eyeliners. But I sell a bunch of them.
Hey.
So I'm not tripping. I'm like, y'all don't see the rest of my stuff. But hey, apparently they love these eyeliners and eyeshadows, and they sell like crazy on Walmart.com.
Okay.
And that's free also. But it's free to sign up, but they take a percentage of the sale. I don't know, 5 or 10%, something like that.
Okay.
But right. But it's not like Amazon that you pay $49 plus they take a percentage of each sale.
Yeah.
Oh, do they?
Yes. Yeah. They're getting over hand and foot. But you're gonna make a lot of money on Amazon too. So
yeah,
you guys kind of
got
audience
on Amazon is
So what you do is you take that in consideration. If Amazon taking 5%, you put that 5% on your costs. You know, you're doing your margins and stuff. So you still get what you need.
That's the point, Jeff. Because I'm looking at Amazon, I'm looking at them like y'all charge what?
Yeah,
I don't know.
They also got an individual sellers that you don't have to pay, but you have to sell like a little bit less, and they think they take like 1% of each sale.
Oh, okay.
So
I'm gonna look into that. Definitely with the Amazon, but the other one, I'm gonna need you to text it to me.
I'm definitely gonna send it to you after the show.
I'm gonna sign up tonight.
I'm telling you, you're going to love it. Like, I mean, I probably got more traffic from Walmart and Tundra than my personal website. But hey, the money is coming in.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time. I haven't quite figured out my ads, my social media ads. I haven't really got like good keywords, stuff like that. So I'm like on Pinterest right now, like looking up
Pinterest, man.
Keywords.
I'm constantly on
I
Pinterest.
love Pinterest.
Okay, maybe you could do
that,
it like
that too.
I love Pinterest. One thing I found that like you have to, especially within business, you gotta invest in yourself, taking these branding marketing classes.
Yeah, and a lot of those are free.
Yeah, a lot of them are free. I've worked with one of my mentors is Leah. Her name on Facebook is like Leah V Poetry, something like that. But she is a dope branding. She's a branding like guru.
We have to get her on the show.
She just moved to North Carolina, so you probably want to do it virtual with her.
That's fine.
But yeah, she is a dope branding person. She will get you right tight from A to Z.
I definitely need that.
And the class was like, I think it was $149, and I think it was for like 6 weeks. She gave you all you to help you do your media kits, like all that stuff that you would need to just if you doing any speaking engagements or if you're doing like your webinars, just send it to whoever you want to host the webinar with or whatever. Like got me together with my media kit. Just teaching you how to do different text logo. It literally be able to a lot of stuff that we outsource for.
See,
We
Teach
can do
you
it.
to teach you to do
see,
it
that's my
yourself.
thing is I need to outsource. I'm wearing too many hats.
Oh, yeah,
But I'm one of those people that's like, I do it myself. By the time I can explain it to you, I could just do it myself. I'm one of those people. So I really need to let other people handle certain areas and I could just focus in. That's my
Yes.
biggest problem as a small business owner is trying to do everything myself.
That's me. I'm that person. I had my fiance was like, "You got other people that you know can do this, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, but." He's like, "No, ain't no but.
Mm.
You
You
got
work-
other
you work a regular
people."
job, too?
I do.
Your
I'm
team?
I'm an accountant by day. I work in the accounting department at my job. So, but I'm working from home. So it's cool. Is that working from home? But when I wasn't working at home, it's like, okay, I get off work at 5 o'clock and then I don't go to bed till midnight. I'm trying to stop that.
Yeah.
That's
see.
the thing. We have to work smart, not hard,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and prevent that overwork
Right.
syndrome.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so, like,
Because we burn out quick.
I'm
We try
telling
to
you.
do everything ourselves. I don't want to do this, or like my brain is one of those brains that is constantly going, constantly going, constantly going, constantly going. And I'm like, okay, maybe I can do this. Or if I talk to this person and they tell me this way to do this way, like I want to start an online boutique and an online beauty supply store and all that. So she been giving me a lot of insight. And then my sister, she already started her stuff as well. So she's been giving me, she's like, well, do it this way, this way, and that way. I'm like, okay, I gotta listen.
yeah.
I know a lot of stuff with business. I went to school for business. I have
Yeah.
degrees in that. And I've been doing a lot of research on my own as well. But it's like, now I'm like, you gotta listen. Take that time and listen to that because they already doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to them, pay attention, and then you're gonna make you get a little further than you already is, and you don't have to work as hard.
Yep.
Right.
That's
See, it's a good thing that you have people that's here ready to support.
Right.
When I came through, everybody was just like, hush, hush, I'm already doing this, or I'm already, and I'm just like, there's not one liquor store
People are still like
in
that
a
now.
city, yeah, it's like
They're
there's not one liquor
horrible
store
with
in the
that.
city, it's not one gas station in the city. It's like my friend that sells toys. My cousin was like, why don't you sell toys? I'm like, I said, I want to sell toys. I said, but I'm really more focused on my cosmetics right now. Like
Right.
it doesn't make sense to keep doing juggling different things or whatever. And one of my friends was like, well, why would you sell toys knowing your friends sell toys? Because we got totally different markets.
We got totally different markets.
We know
And
totally different people.
Exactly.
I said it was
Mhm.
not like we'd be stepping on each other's toes. I said, like, there's more than one restaurant. There's McDonald's across from Burger King. There's a Taco Bell.
Right.
Exactly.
It's all about what people want and availability. It's not like you taking money out of anybody's mouth or anything because it's
It's-
enough money for everybody.
Exactly.
That is a big thing because right now there's a lot of people making candles now. And it was like, everybody's like, well, I have people reach out to me like, well, can you teach me how to, or show me how to X, Y, and Z, or the candle not burning right? Like, they have asked me questions. And then I have people like, well, why'd you tell them? I'm like, it don't matter.
Right.
Why I'm telling them. I'm like, the reason why I'm telling them because I want them to be able to perfect their craft.
Right.
We don't have the same scents. We don't have the same type of candles. We don't have the same, like you said, the target audience is different.
Mhm.
So it's Walmart sells candles, Target sells candles, every
Right.
big box store
That's what
sells
people don't
candles.
seem to understand.
And I'm just like, I don't care. I want people to succeed. I want people to go in business for themselves. And if that's what they want to do, because quarantine has brought a creative side out of so many different
Yes,
people and
exactly.
so many
Yes.
businesses that are coming up. That's great. And that's what we're supposed to do. But me keeping it to myself ain't going to help.
That's
I'm
why
like,
we
what is it gonna
started
do?
this podcast to
Right. It's
share
not a
information, to share
competition.
business, and to just educate people. Because if we don't teach each other, nobody else from any other race going to come through and be like, hey, black people, let me show you guys how to get ahead.
At all. And like I tell people, the main thing I said, in the Jewish community, they share everything.
They stick together.
They stick together. They share everything. They go in business together. They do all of that. But with us, the crab in a barrel mentality that goes, or you don't want to just let people know what you know, because if we can teach each other, because the thing is, we all don't have the same information.
Right.
We don't have all the same answers. Everybody has different resources.
Right.
So if we can pull your resources, my resources together, what kind of powerful person that, like, the one person can come to all of us and get different things, they will be unstoppable. Because the thing is each one is generation, go down, pass to the next person. Don't hold it to yourself. You gotta feed that, especially with the younger generation. We have to get it how you live, or that savage mentality, like it's me, mine,
or I'm gonna take, or I'm gonna steal, or I'm
exactly
gonna manipulate my way through the situation. Like, it don't even take all that.
Just show them. But the thing is, you can lead them to the water. You can't make them drink.
No,
Right.
As long as you can show them how to do it, they can get it done.
I just got in trouble at work. It's really, really stupid. I work with youth that come through the court system.
Mhm.
It's a young girl that's in one of our facilities, and she's very smart. I don't know what her background is. They don't tell us everything, but I do know that they said that she's an honor student, and she draws and she sings, and she was making a website, and she was like, "Oh, I just started my own business. I'm making a website. I'm selling my art." I'm like, "That's dope. Let me see." So she's showing me all the stuff that she's making and different things like that. And she showed me her website that she's making, and her price for her art, she had it like $3.50. I said, "We need to change that." She's like, "Oh, I'm just starting." I don't care. We just starting. I say, you shouldn't have a piece on here that's under $35.
Right.
You're an artist. This is your hard time work. This is an original piece. They can't find it anywhere else, sweetheart. I said, "Are you worth $3.50 or are you worth $35?
Right.
And so she was just sitting there, and she was just like, "Well, how do you know?" Okay. And I sat down with her. I said, "How much supplies did it take for you to make this? What's the cost of your canvas, your brushes, your paint? How much did that cost? Now factor in your time. How much do you make an hour?" And nobody has sat down and really showed her how to do that. And she was like, "Well, this is all I have." She had like maybe 10 pieces. She's like, when they put me here, they left. I had to leave all my stuff where I was at, and it all got tossed out. I have no more art supply. So what did I do? I bought her art supply.
Right.
And when I came back to work, they was like, "You can't give the youth anything, and you can't tell me what I can do with my money." But I donated that to a youth who has a talent. You got a problem with that?
Why discourage them?
Exactly.
Why? That's the thing.
Exactly.
Like that is what's wrong with the system.
And it's
because
crazy.
they do not let them kids.
You have a kid that had
when we were coming up. I'm not sure what your age is, but when I was in high school, we had typing. I went to Bayview for law specialty. We had business programs at schools. We had the ROTC. We had all types of programs that help kids get jobs, help them be successful.
Right.
Get them all. Because one of my friends, she graduated. She was an honor student in high school, but because she picked up a skilled trade, they don't teach them that no more either.
Right.
She do construction. I'm quite sure she's making over $50 an hour working now.
Sure.
Then that's been over 20 years that we've been out of high school. So it's like they don't have that stuff that we had when I was coming up in school. We had all the classes that taught you the skilled trades, the home economics, teaching you how to cook and do the basic stuff. Yeah. These kids don't have that. Nowadays they just trying to survive and figure it out on their own.
They basically getting just the arithmetic and then let's go.
Yeah. So I'll be 35. So even when I was in high school, we still had the home economics classes. We still had that stuff. I'm thinking my daughter doesn't go to MPS school. She's in high school. She don't go to MPS. And like they offer that in the non-MPS schools still. The trades, textile arts. She has fashion design classes, like all of that stuff.
Exactly.
MPS don't even do that no more.
No.
When I homeschooled my kids when they was younger, and I actually had them in a virtual school. It's like a public school just from home. Mm-hmm. They had game design, they had coding, they had all kind of different options. And I was pushing my boys. I'm like, get in game design. Why would you want to do that? Because you play video game all day. What you mean? Why would you want to do that?
How much money they make?
Learn how to make the game that I'm spending $70 a pop on. Right. What do you mean?
Yes. Right. That's the thing. We have to teach them like the way of thinking different, because the school's not gonna teach
No.
them.
All right. And I told him, I
No,
said,
and that starts at that type of stuff
Yes.
starts at home. Like a lot of like when these kids that virtual learning, I was like, oh, these poor babies. Because some of these parents dumb as hell.
that's why I was
and they
sitting
got
like,
no
so
business trying to teach them
you have
and
a
coach them in school.
you have a first and second grader. You have I'm just gonna say you have an elementary school kid.
Yeah.
This is basic as it get.
And they
You're
show you.
struggling to teach your elementary school kid. You're struggling to log them onto the computer, but you're on Facebook all day. I'm not understanding this.
My best friend is a K5 teacher, K4 teacher. She has parents that is just not coherent. Like, you have they give them the hotspot, they gave them the computer, flip it up, turn it on, sit your kid in front of it. They missing 60 days of school because they're not even waking up to get their kids on the computer.
That's sad.
Hey, come on, y'all. Like,
Exactly.
like, you just so used to dropping your kid off at school and them being gone for 8 hours.
Right. A lot of people don't even begin to teach their kids until they go to school. You know what they need? They need that. They need choosing. Let me put this in my camera. They need to choose themselves. Ladies, if you don't have it together, this is the book you need. This is a workbook on self-care. Get your life together. This is the time, right? This pandemic has shown us a lot of different things that we didn't know about each other, that we didn't know about ourselves. Give you nothing but time to get yourself together. Y'all need to get this book. Okay, it's a workbook. It's meant to be written in. Actually, if you buy the book, I'll send you the pencil. This is how deep it is. This is how deep it is. Okay, we have to change our community. We have to be the ones that stand up and this, take over and say, this is what we need.
They
This
don't
is what
want
we
us
need.
to learn. You know why? Because they know that when we come together as a community and we brand together, shit is unstoppable.
Because I'm telling you, as a woman, as a single mother that deals with anxiety, depression, anger, aggression, can't keep my hands to myself. Okay. I need something like this to sit down, because it's not easy to sit and talk to people all the time.
No.
Me, I'm a person, I will hold it to my chest. I have one person sitting behind you that I tell all my problems to. It's like my free therapist over there.
For the free 99.
Right. But there's nobody else I feel comfortable enough not to repeat my business. In the years I've known him, I've never heard my business back out in the streets. I've never heard my business back.
Right.
So with my family, I can't tell people in my household my business without hearing it back eventually.
I already know.
You know what I'm saying? So we need stuff like this. Women and Black women, we need to, therapy is for us. Y'all quit saying that.
Right.
Mental health issues is serious.
It is.
Taking care of yourself is just as important as take care of your family. That's what I have to learn. I put everybody before myself.
Listen, one thing I tell my clients, people who even in my group. So I have a group on Facebook called Choosing You.
Mm-hmm.
It's a private group. It's women and men, because I feel that men needs self-care just as much as we do.
They do.
Absolutely. Probably more so.
And taking care of themselves. And I go and I talk about mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. We have to learn how to take care of ourselves. Self-care is not a luxury, it's a necessity.
Mm-hmm.
I say
Absolutely.
that all the time, because especially if you're a mother, you're married, anything, a family, somebody that you're taking care of your mother, parents, or whatever. You can't be what they need until you are what you need for yourself.
Exactly.
Couldn't have said it better.
That is like my whole go-to thing, because I'm telling you, can't, like my mom always say, you can't pour from an empty cup. If you're not feeding yourself, if you're not taking that time out to really heal, because that's where it starts up, and then stop waiting on people to give you permission to heal.
Right.
And you start waiting on somebody to give you permission to live your life authentically who God called you to be.
Right.
That's the thing. We got to stop waiting on the yes from whoever.
Somebody else.
Yeah.
Right?
We also have to hold ourselves accountable for some of the actions that we take that alter our lives.
Yeah.
Like just recently, I took a handful of my exes, the significant relationships that I was in, and I gave them a survey. And it's like, "Are you serious? Yeah, I need you to complete this survey." It's only like 10 questions,
Right.
but one of them being, "Would you date me again?" Because just like a job, and when you do an extra survey, would you rehire this person, or would you come back to this company? That's a big question.
Yeah, that is a big question.
So I sent it out, and some people I knew I was going what I was going to get before I sent it, and some of them gave me honest feedback. But it was not for me to point fingers, be like, "No, you wrong. Number 3, that was all you."
Right.
It was for me to see your perception of what I done. Because I could think I'm the shit all day, and I'm God's gift to this earth, and I'm a perfect angel. I didn't do nothing to anybody.
Right.
That may not be true. It may be true in my mind, but it might be true for the rest of the world. So I had to see what these different people, different ages, different income levels, all over the spectrum. I had to see what they all said. They all came to the conclusion that I'm a little aggressive. I don't know where they got that from. I don't know where they got that from, but it was some similarities. When I see the same thing from 2 or 3 different people, I have to stop and be like, well, that's something we need to work on. That's something we need to work on. And after my last relationship, I took some time to really stop and say, okay, Keisha, what do you want? What are the things you need to fix, and what are you going to do differently going into your next situation?
Yeah.
So I really had to stop, and that's hard for an only child, because we think everything revolves around us.
I'm the youngest and the only girl.
So that was really a big thing. And I think once we really sit down and be grown and do a self-analysis on how we are in our friendships and our family, and we just can't just put out a bunch of BS in the air and think we're gonna get good things coming back to us.
Man, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And when you think of when you think about it, like, damn, makes sense. She's making a rip. She's making a trip.
I had to, because
damn, but you have to. Even like me, I don't have any kids, but I'm constantly. I make sure I always try to do stuff for my mom, my sisters, and whatever. Because my family, my immediate family, my mom and my sisters, we like this. And I'm not going to play about my mom. I'm not going to play about my sisters. So, I talk to them. I'm the second oldest, and my oldest sister, she thinks she the mom. So it's like, she like, well, this is this and this and that. You need to do this and that. I'm like, nigga, shut up, dog. You know what I'm saying? But because she's my older sister, she done lived a little bit before me. She has 2 kids, and we just went to brunch. So we talking, and she was like, yeah, I be telling my, her youngest son has a baby. So she was like, I can't teach him how to be a man, but I'm going to show him and tell him, and I'm going to continue to feed his mind with, this is how you need to treat this girl. This is how you need to behave yourself, because you have a daughter. So she's like, I can't. She not one of them. I don't need no. She was like, I can't teach him how to be a man, but I'm going to give him the knowledge and the information to tell him, look, dog, you messing up, bro. Yeah. Let's get it together.
I got great appreciation for my 2 male best friends that was there when my boys was growing up, and my uncles, and my just male figures, and on both their dad's side and my side of the family, because I leaned on them all the time. I needed, what do I say to this? Can you tick him? Can you do this? Can you do that? Because I fell out of it. I was a woman. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So I had to call on the nearest men around me and say, hey, I need help. I got 2 boys over here.
Yeah.
And they really helped me out. So I'm grateful for that. But it's still difficult. My kid's been grown. My youngest baby is 18. This is my last one. He graduated in a month. And I'm done. And I'm thinking, in my mind, my whole time was, I can't wait till I turn 18. Like that meant something.
Right.
I'm doing more.
18,
I'm doing more mothering and parenting now than when they was little, because
times have changed. Things have changed. Yes, this community, the world is taking them. They're not sending them back.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, my youngest nephew, he just turned 18. So he just posted something on Facebook. He's not my friend on Facebook, but his sister, my niece is. So she shared it because she gonna always support her brother. He was like, I'm finna start selling this and this and that. I'm like, okay. And I'm always the auntie that, like, I'm not the friend auntie. I'm not the cool auntie. I'm gonna tell you about yourself, and I'm gonna keep on your ass. But if you're doing what you're supposed to do, I'm gonna support what you supposed to do, what you want to do.
Mhm.
So I'm constantly asking him, like, you finna graduate, bro. What you finna do? What you gonna do? You don't necessarily have to go to college. College is not for everybody.
Right.
No,
It's not. It's not for everybody. And don't be like when and these young people go to college. Go to college.
No,
It's not for everybody.
I tell my
So
kids to go
what are you gonna do?
community college. Like my daughter, she went to a university for the first year, and I was like, "What are you going to school for?" She's like, nurse. Like, bring that back in. We're not paying university money for nursing. You're gonna go to a community college. You know what I'm saying? Some things just don't take all that money. I know you guys want that experience, but for what you're trying to go for, that's unnecessary.
Paying it back forever.
You know what I'm saying? That's unnecessary.
So we all in that right now.
We revamped, right? $50,000 of student loans because I can pick a major and stick with it. So my daughter now we revamped the plan. She became a CNA. Now she's going to stay with that job for the year minimum, and get that tuition reimbursement and go to a community college and get that same nursing degree.
That's the thing.
This is how we have to do it. My second daughter, she don't want to go to college at all. She actually quit her job at Walgreens, and she's full time on her own sweets business. She do the specialty cakes. She make her own toppers.
That's the one that's still here.
Yep, to make her own toppers, all that stuff. I mean, like whatever the cartoon character is, she makes it. She got glitter in it. It's floating around. They got lights and sparkling, all kinds of stuff. I'm like, where you learn how to do that? You know? And she does all this stuff. The cone cheesecakes in a waffle cone.
Yeah.
The strawberries. All the sweets you see people selling, she's in my dining room too. Like we altered days because we had a whole dining room. She have everything, cake, sweets, everything. And I come in a different day, clean all her stuff up, and it's lipsticks, makeup, everything. Our dining room have not been used for any Thanksgiving dinners, and I don't know how long.
That's what's up.
That is our manufacturer.
That's good. That's what's up. My daughter, she does sunglasses. She's sophomore in high school. So sunglasses with her friends and everybody, women, she did men's sunglasses, all of that. So because but she wants to go to school to be a therapist. That's what she want to do.
Now see, that's something you would go to a university for, you know.
Right.
I just told my daughter, for what you're trying to go for, we don't need to spend that much money.
Right.
And my youngest son, he's thinking he wants to cut hair. You know,
Hey,
he wants to play ball for a long time.
But these type of things are exactly.
Right.
There's always a need for a barber,
Mhm.
and that's what we going back to what we were talking about before. You have to. These kids, they have it in them.
Yeah,
They have it in them. They have that drive to, like, sometimes you just got to listen to them.
right. We're not paying enough attention to our kids. I can say from myself growing up, my parents, my cousin, my aunties, everybody, they was still kicking it. When we got our parenting and stuff, it's usually because we was getting in trouble for something, and they came back home and they was giving us a whooping. But most of our upbringing and stuff came from our older aunts and grandparents, because that's where we were stuck at, where our parents were still kicking it.
Mm-hmm.
So, not to say that they was wrong in any sense. They was in their 20s, they still doing anything, but the majority of our upbringing came from our grandparents.
Yeah,
you know, and so they really didn't pay attention to us. Like when I was young, I was super smart in school. I could ace anything. I could take a test now on something I never even studied for. But when it came to doing the school activities, and I would achieve certain things like going to DC, couldn't go on the trip to DC. Nobody had money. My class went to Spain, couldn't do that. You know, things that I achieved for having good grades. It was no follow through. I could never reap my rewards because, we don't have money for that. We ain't got money for that. But I could come up with a cookout. I could come up with money for the bar. You know, so it's just like they just wasn't paying attention to us. So it's led a lot of my boy cousins and some of my girl cousins to go different ways because they didn't
have that. Nobody be backing them and paying it. Like this was one of our first shows we talked about. Like so many of these young kids, they have it in them. The YouTube and the TV, internet and everything is taking over. Mm-hmm. But they have like so many different skills in them. Mm-hmm. Like your daughter, how old is she?
She 19.
19, making sweets and treats.
Right. Yeah, her cakes go for like $150, $200 a cake.
Exactly. And that's because she she figured out something that she was like, I like this, and she took it off and took off with it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like my niece, she liked doing makeup. I'm like, what you gonna do? What you want to do?
Right.
She was like, I like, cause my sister let her. She ain't finna be playing in my face, but she know, she do her mom little eyelash. She do her eyelashes. She been doing her what is that? The eyelashes and all that for the longest. And she
True.
only 15.
Tell her to come on so we can get her brand together. Because I was telling my friend in I think she's in Texas now. She do pageant makeup.
Hmm.
And I'm like, who makeup are you using? Oh, she's like, oh, some of everybody. No, girl.
That's
You
what-
should be putting your brand on or you should be using your brand of makeup at every pageant. And you should leave that pageant to every little girl, every mother have your card or your coupon or your flyer.
Yep.
Why are you sitting there with Mac and everybody else? You ain't making no money from them. You're not even an affiliate.
You ain't
At
even
least-
an ambassador, brand
Right.
ambassador.
At least if you're gonna be using their product, sign up to be an ambassador or an affiliate so you can get your money.
Yep.
And she was like, "How do I do that, girl? Sit down."
Let
Right.
me tell you.
You know,
And that's what a lot of. That's why I started doing the manufacturing the private labels, because
Yeah.
a lot of people like, oh, you're gonna go to somebody, because a lot of things. My thing is like with candles. The main reason why I started making candles was because for one, it was therapy for me, and then two, I developed asthma, not knowing that candles, that black soot that comes off of there, that's chemicals.
Mm.
And that's bad for your whole respiratory system. And a lot of times we be like, oh, you just burn a candle. You don't even know what kind of wax they using. You know what kind of oils they using.
You know,
you know
I
what kind of wick they
never
using.
thought about that.
And our parents burned candles for years. And then even then, because soy candles wasn't even a thing back then.
And these are soy.
Yep, they're soy.
Soy. So that's most definitely natural.
And so you gotta make then like a lot of these brands that like they using soy candles, but what kind of oils are they using? Because when certain oils burn off, they're toxic. Like you got to be really, really mindful of what you putting in your house, what you burning in your house.
Yep.
And then my thing is burning candles. The stuff that's in your system, in your body, in your area, you have to. But what's with the intent of it?
That's it's funny you should say that, because I was caught in, like when I first started wearing makeup, I was caught in that hamster wheel of I'm wearing makeup to hide my blemishes, but my makeup is causing blemishes. Right? I didn't know anything about makeup other than trying to put it on my face.
Right.
But when I started the business and I kept seeing vegan makeup and gluten-free makeup, I'm like, what is they talking about? So when I really started reading into it and everything and decided to manufacture my own lipsticks, I understood that some of my waxes, some of my oils, even my pigments, I had certain colors I can't make or I won't make because it takes my my lipstick from being vegan to now it got a bunch of chemicals in it just because I want this particular shade. I don't need that shade that bad.
Right.
I want my cosmetic line to stay a vegan, gluten-free, cruelty-free line, you know. And I really didn't know anything about that. I couldn't understand it. Like, why am I always breaking out? I gotta wear more makeup, hide these breakouts. Well, there's so much chemicals and stuff in that makeup.
Yeah.
Now everything is vegan. Everything is cruelty-free. There's no toxins in anything, and my skin haven't been better. Like I barely have breakouts now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I used to break out all the time. And I mean, I had adult acne all the way through my 30s and everything, and I couldn't figure out why. It was the makeup.
Yep. We learn, we live and we learn.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
All right. So, how do we find this Facebook group? How do you choose people that's going to be in your group?
I don't choose them. Like, I believe everybody needs that understanding of what self-care is and how to get a kickstart of it and really figuring out who they are authentically. I do go through people pages, and when people send the request to invite somebody, I do go through their pages. Like, I just don't want nobody crazy just randomly, because I will kick you out.
Let me request from my other page.
This is because it's a safe place, because people are dealing with mental health issues. People are dealing with anxiety and depression and things like that. I don't want people to be able to come here and vent. I want them to be able to like reach out and ask questions, because they're not just asking me questions. They ask everybody, like, how do you deal with this? Or
Right, because you never know who may be going through the same thing you're going to.
Exactly.
I like
So
that.
it is definitely something that I share because I do Friday night lives on there every once a month at the end of the month. Friday night lives, I have pastors, I had therapists, I had people, authors that's dealing with the whole depression, anxiety situation, and they from everywhere. I have people from Memphis, California, all types of people that's in this group that I reach out to and just say, hey, I follow you on social media. Can you be a guest on
That's not a
on
bad
my
thing.
social media group? Because we can all take nuggets from everybody and learn something and
Right.
create our own way of healing and create our own way of self-care. Because what works for you might not work for the next person,
Right.
but it
Right.
might work for somebody else though.
Right.
Mhm.
So that's my thing. You just come in, just request, and I invite somebody, invite people. And that's my thing is
Let me clean my page up a little bit. You don't go through mine, but like,
see, I'm not even
no.
gonna do that because
No.
now I've already like have my own opinion of you. So your page is like, oh, because people
Okay.
pages just be crazy
Yeah,
sometimes.
yeah. She a work in progress, but
I'm telling you,
But
now.
everybody's a work in progress. But the thing is, you're your authentic self.
Yes.
You walk in your truth and you live in your truth. That's who you are. And I can respect that more than a person who is not.
Yeah, I have to explain that to my daughter because my youngest daughter's 19. She's really like worried about what people think. So sometimes what people think of her. Now she's kind of like growing out of it or whatever.
Mhm.
But she's a real sensitive girl,
That's my daughter.
you know. And sometimes she'd be like, "Mama, why do you like?" One time I had put on Facebook like, you know what? Y'all know I'm bipolar. You're gonna keep, some. She's like, why would you put you bipolar? Well, why would I be ashamed of that? I said, first of all, this is my sense of humor. First of all, I'm setting the tone for my criminal case. It's listed. Secondly, I'm not ashamed of it. You go through different things. It peaks. I've been through a lot of my life. I said, and a lot of things that I went through, and I did a lot of things different with you guys. So you never have to see that side of life. I said, but it's here, honey. I'm not gonna walk around and be ashamed of anything. I am who I am. And I tell people all the time, I'm like caviar. I'm not meant for everybody. Everybody can't afford me, and I'm an acquired taste.
Okay.
If you don't like it, don't
Makes
eat it.
sense.
Okay.
Right.
I'm not gonna change. I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, let me straighten up for you. Only for
Nah.
interviews, sweetheart. After the interview, I'm back in my car. I got that mug. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. This is who I am. I think I have a lovely personality. My mama said that. She said, wish why your kids didn't get your personality. They all just so shy. They're so closed in. So I don't know. They ain't popping like me, I guess.
And that's my daughter. My daughter she's like, Mama, you just so. Because my daughter, she's like, I got 5 friends.
See,
I was like, it's okay to have 5 friends. But somebody, I said, but how you are at home, be that way.
Yes.
Don't be afraid of who you are. If they like you, they like you. If they don't, so the hell what?
Right. Like I can really care less. And I have to remember at work, because I'm working with kids, working with Black kids. I have to remember that I'm not necessarily their mama. Because so one of the girls, 13 years old, she came to me, she was like, oh, Miss Keisha, don't be surprised if I come up pregnant. And by instinct, before I even can think about it, I said, don't be surprised if I beat your ass. And I realized that after I said it, she's like, you're not even my mama. You can't beat my ass. Well, I'm somebody's mama, and it takes a village. So come in here pregnant if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
This village.
she was like, and one of the girls like, I really think she's gonna give you a whooping. But I just wanted to just kind of her like, this is not what we on. We not out here
that's not even
proactively.
cute.
That
Baby,
ain't at
baby,
13.
you're 13.
No.
You haven't even lived.
Here's the thing, though.
Like,
When
be
I
a
come to
child.
find out that she wants to be so hood, she wants to be so hood, so gangster. I'm this, I'm that. Baby grew up with her grandmother in Mequon. Sit your butt down.
Oh.
Your life was made for you. You out here getting in trouble for no reason. Trying to fit in the wrong crowd. The kids that you trying to fit into wish they had the home you just came from.
Yeah.
Like, do you understand?
Yeah,
We not out here because we want to be. We out here because we
ain't
have
no
to be.
choice.
Right.
You know, and so that's what she don't understand, but she's a little too immature at the moment to grasp it.
Yeah.
But yes, I mean, these kids, I feel sorry for them. And I don't know if I got a write-up coming for getting our supplies. I'm just going to sign it like, so what? I invest in my community. What do you want to say?
That's the type of people you would want to work for the youth.
You would
You would
think.
think that.
You would think.
But because the thing is, it's already they already have everybody else against them.
Exactly.
Right.
And there's nobody nurturing their gifts. There's nobody that's encouraging their gifts. They have been talked bad about they gifts, like, oh, you ain't gonna do nothing with that. Or why would you just okay.
They, you know, the way
You're right.
the way they look at it is because we come up with kids from a lot of different backgrounds and different things. They don't want them to cultivate different. More into how I heard the lady. So I'm trying to remember her words. They don't want them to get attached in the wrong way, and they feel like us doing things for them undermines their programming. And
Well, your program is shit.
It's
So
fucking them up
so
even more.
well, to be honest,
Let's
You
this
know,
program is
but
shit.
me, I've always been the one that says if I see something in a kid, I'm gonna try to pull it out.
and
I'm gonna try to pull it out. When I worked at the boys home and they have a little studio and the boy wanted to rap and he's like, I wish I knew how to get my music out there. And because I used to help my cousins with music, he used to do artist management. Like, oh, I can show you how to do this and that, but I need your behavior to be this.
right.
I'm not wasting my time if you're gonna be out here, tearing up the facility and fighting and cussing. I'm not gonna waste my time with you because what that tells me is if you ever got out this facility, I can't walk you into a professional studio. You don't know how to act. You don't know how to conduct yourself. So, needless to say, we worked together for about 2 days because he kept cutting up. And then I came back to work the third day. He's like, why you stop working with me? What happened to your behaviors? This is serious. Music is a business. Can't take you anywhere. You don't know how to act here.
Right.
So when you
Ain't
straighten
nobody
up,
ever gonna want to work with you.
we will
do that.
resume.
That's
Until then?
well, that's one of the things that a lot of grown people are not teachable. When you're dealing with business, when you have a business, if you're not teachable and you're not willing to learn and listen, you will never be successful. Ever.
They don't want to, and that's the thing too. Like one of my dear friends asked me how do he incorporate his business. I gave him my PowerPoint that we made. I said, follow these steps, go to these websites.
Mhm.
And I checked back with him like the next day. I said, did you watch the PowerPoint? Yeah, it was really good. Thank you so much for all the information. Okay. Next day he was like, so you think I should go through LegalZoom? Where in my PowerPoint did it tell you to go to LegalZoom?
Poach out.
Where?
That not listening.
Oh,
You didn't read it either. So then you didn't read it
And
and you lied to me. I'm trying to help you. What are you lying to me for?
Help me to help you.
And I said, you want to pay LegalZoom $149.
No, it's actually more than that.
It's way more than that.
Actually, I researched that because I couldn't figure out how
Wow.
to incorporate my business. And that's why I went over my sister's house Friday and I had her tag this shit to my computer and put this on here. So when I'm ready to go on here, I can do it. And it's only 100 and something. No, LegalZoom is almost 400.
Okay, so that was a long time ago when I was on LegalZoom and I was trying to incorporate and get contracts for the artists I was managing. So that was years ago. But I had told him, because this is the information I'm going off. You gonna pay $149 plus $125 to just to incorporate your business. We could just go to the Wisconsin website that I told you and just file yourself.
And that's less than 200.
Right.
When my sister looked
I think it's $100 and $25 for expediting or something like that.
Mhm.
It's been a minute since I did it, but I'm like, why would you pay? I said, you paying them to do what I'm telling you to do for free.
I'm telling you.
Like
Somebody
too many
else
people
asked that too on
don't.
Facebook. And he was like, should I do it? I was like, absolutely not. I said, research what you want to do and what you're trying to do. I said, you could have paid them a good $400 or better. I said, just research what you need to do. I said, if you have any questions, just ask me. I said, because if you go through LegalZoom, you're going to pay a lot of money. And you still got to wait for them to get everything processed.
Right. Now you got a third party person speaking on your behalf.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just telling my daughter, she was like, oh, my friend, so everybody talking about teach them how to do sweet now. Everybody want to do sweet songs. Everybody want to do sweet songs. I said, what you mad about? Because everybody want to do sweet songs. No. If they ask you to teach them, build a course, charge them, that's extra income.
Exactly.
You just quit your job so you can solely focus on this. If you got 5 people that want to learn, $500, $500, $500, $500, $500. You set them up for a business. Teach them.
And
Get
then
them together
if
and
then
teach
if you
them.
want to continue to be their mentor, that's another charge every month.
Monthly consultation. That's how my stuff is set up.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I'm trying to show her in different things, and she thought about it. She was like,
don't let that discourage
Okay.
you from doing what you're doing, because you've already crafted how you want it to do. So you're gonna always have your clientele, and you're gonna continue to gain clientele, and they will too. But it's gonna be y'all know totally different people.
Exactly.
And their stuff is not gonna taste like yours.
Exactly. Because when you see the different, okay, I don't know how this girl even learned how to bake. Now, I never sat there and said, this is how you bake.
Right.
I cooked, I baked. My mama cooked and baked.
She just watched.
But I think when I think when she lived with her, I let her live her senior year with her cheerleading coach, because I moved to Michigan to an all-white area, and she's like, not my senior year. So she stayed here with her cheerleading coach. Now her cheerleading coach got a sweets business. I think she taught her, but she since moved to Atlanta. So she's off in Atlanta, and it's just booming because it's always something going on there.
Right.
And so now my daughter is up here. She studied doing it, and I think that this is where she really got like her skills and stuff from. But she has even exceeded that with doing her personalized cake toppers. Like she literally make all the cake toppers by hand with our Cricut machine.
Dope.
And I'm just like, how you do that? And she did I ain't had kids in a long time. I don't even know these characters.
So she probably literally just taking a visual of this character and then turning that shit into life.
Yes.
And
she
brilliant.
Every day
she
got packages coming.
My hat's off to
every
her,
day.
I most definitely couldn't do nothing.
Nah, yeah.
Neither.
I have patience.
I can ice in the cake. You know what I mean? If you talking yellow cake and chocolate frosted, I got you. Old school.
All day, every day.
She does Oreo cookie cakes. She does strawberry cakes, crunch.
Let me tell you.
Oh my God.
My son's birthday coming up too, so I'm gonna have to hit her.
She made a cake. She makes a lot of stuff just to take pictures, and then she'll leave. She's like, y'all can have it. She left us a cake one time. It was a white cake.
Let me get one of them.
White cake with white buttercream frosting. And she's like, oh, y'all can have it. I just needed a picture. When I tell you, we karate chopped that cake up. I was getting mad. I wasn't even hungry, but I would get mad when I see my son come out the room and cut a piece. Like, there's one more piece I didn't get. Like,
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's crazy, because it probably only took her a couple of times to take a look at a picture or just even visualize it in her head and then bring that shit to reality.
It's so crazy.
That's what's up.
I mean,
definitely can't do that.
I
can cook.
We in one of those older duplex that has a built-in china cabinet.
Oh, I love that.
So half the china cabinet is all baking, cakes, like edible gold flakes, silver flakes, everything, all the fancy stuff, all the different edible glitters and stuff. And then on this side is Mika's and my glitters and like everything. Like my house is not, I mean, my living room, my dining room has not looked like a dining room in forever.
My kitchen is like that. Like half, okay, you got the northern part of the kitchen that look, the sink, the stove, refrigerator, all nice. And then you got the other half of the kitchen.
Right.
Boxes of wax.
Oh man.
All this stuff. I got built shelves out in.
I just ordered shelves from Walmart so I can put up on the other wall of my dining room, because I'm running out of. I don't have space for finished product.
Yep.
I got supplies all down set, but I don't have space for finished product. So
that's why I need to get some stuff for finished products, because I'm like, what am I doing all this? And then I'll be in a basement stuff.
Are you going to be in a store? You want a store?
I am thinking about it, but when my daughter graduates, I'm moving to Texas. So
what part?
Arlington.
Okay, I'm going to Dallas.
Yep, Arlington. So I am thinking about doing a storefront, and then my cousin was like, I'll run it here, and then I'm like, you know what? Well, let me think about it.
I'm gonna send you another website called Range Me.
Okay.
And Range Me, they say it's free, but it's not really free. You only get to submit to like one store under the free account. But they have a paid account that's like $1,000. I really hate the fact that it costs that much. However,
It's worth it.
they work with you to get you into real stores, like
Okay.
shop, like basically all the stores where you will have to like go on their website and find their corporate information and talk to them one by one. They're getting all the stores to come to this website and look at your profile and say, I want to carry these products.
Hmm.
So
Gotta be at the right
I
time
mean,
at the right
like
place.
Myers, Shop. I mean, Shop ain't even open no more. Target, Walgreens, like all the major big box stores, even little national local stores or whatever that done signed on to them. You put your best stuff out. You make your profile. They even have an account manager reach out to you to say, hey, let's go through your profile to see how we can make it even better, this and that, whatever. And you get a chance to pitch and submit to real stores.
Oh, that's dope.
I don't know if you guys seen the Juvia place. I don't know if y'all remember long time ago, she was just on Instagram.
Cool.
Juvia place with the beautiful palettes of the black lady, the African lady that do really, really bright palettes. Eyeshadow.
I think I know what you're talking about.
She used to just be on social media and stuff. You know what she into now? Ulta. She got a whole big section in Ulta stores.
That's dope.
And I walked past that because I remember me and my daughter used to order just off her website. And my daughter, I was like, where you get these big, pretty palettes, like this bright palettes that look so good on black people's skin? And like her foundations and her concealers and everything is for, she goes as dark as you can go, you know, and it's really, really pretty. And I remember my daughter buying it off her website, and she's like, oh, I seen her on Instagram, this and that, whatever. We just casually in Ulta last year, we just, pre-COVID, we got the gap year, 2020 don't count. So we were just walking through the store, and we just shopping, spending way too much money. And my daughter like, oh my God. And I turned around, Juvia Place had a whole section. It was so colorful, so bright. I was like, oh my God, how's she get in here? I gotta get my at this point I was only doing lip glosses. I gotta get my lip glosses in here, but I mean, it's just to watch people grow. You know, I just remember when she was.
It feel good to see
really
them. Like, it makes me proud. Like,
yes.
You doing this?
Yeah, it really makes you feel possible. Like, always seeing everything out of reach for black people.
It gives you hope.
Yeah,
it definitely does give you hope. Because I'm like, I don't know no black people make candles like that's like big,
right?
So I was like, okay, you know what? But I found one. She's actually in Texas. She's really big down there in Texas. I was just like, Texas she has a store. And she
I like the fact that they do a lot of. Hopefully, when this COVID stuff go away and they get back to doing the trade shows.
Oh, I did the gathering every year.
Yes,
so sad.
They didn't have that this year.
So sad. Yeah. I have people come from everywhere. I love doing those trade shows. And I said, that's my goal. I want to create a candle trade show because they don't have them. Right. All the candle makers, because I'm part of a black candle making society. It's thousands of us from everywhere. And I'm just like, it's different types. People get candles that look like
I didn't really see
everything. I'm just like, oh,
I didn't really know how big black women was into crafting until COVID. And I was sitting in the house, everybody out of unemployed and can't go nowhere. And I started crafting. I started making little rolling trays, little mugs, little wine glasses and stuff like that. And I was like, they were just popping. I was like, oh my God. So I added myself to all these black crafter groups, black girls cricket, black girls craft. Mm-hmm. Black women are doing the things. I don't know if y'all seen the new Christmas trees they done made. Mm-mm. Okay. So it's like, those mannequins that fashion designers use to make the clothes. So it's like the top half
I've seen that.
It's a mannequin. It looked like a dress.
Yeah.
And then the bottom of the skirt is like all Christmas tree decorations and stuff. It is so dope. And there's so many women doing different things like the Christmas trees, the black wreaths, baby dolls, like making Cabbage Patch dolls. We are really killing it on the makers front.
But the crazy thing, like I keep saying, they know that we have that in us. They know that it's in us, and they know that when we come together and get to doing all this, how strong we can be.
Yeah, but they can't stop us now.
Nah.
That's the thing. Before, they can burn our churches, they can burn our villages. They can't burn their own internet.
Nope.
They can't. They created this monster. You gave us ability to get our stuff out here to everybody, and then you can't stop it. What are you gonna do? Whitelist every black person IP address so we can't interact with other people? It's not even possible.
Can't even do it because we got these mobile devices.
Exactly.
Can't
So
block
they
the IP
can't
addresses
they can't
of the
stop
cell
what's
phone
destined.
companies.
They can't stop what's destined for us now. So and I just feel like I was looking. I was just so inspired. Like I learned how to do one little rolling tray, and then I come back like I take that back. One wine glass, and I had the little vinyl on a wine glass. I come back, they done put glitter on it. They done put beads on. I couldn't keep up. I'm like, y'all too cold for me. I'm gonna go over here with these lipsticks. You know what I'm saying? I can't even keep up with y'all. You know,
for real, and it's serious.
But I think
It's
we
serious,
need
for
to
real.
keep groups and stuff like this. I think that we should collab because we want to do some pop-up shops. We want to do some courses and things of that nature. I think we should get together and collab and throw some events like just have a weekend of makers. Like have a station for making candles, have a station for making lipsticks. And I could reach out to my friend. Yep. I have my daughter out there showing them how to bake. I got a friend named Kim that does chemistry lab where she show people show kids how to sew, how to make original clothing. I think like for her birthday and like 5 hours before she's supposed to get on her plane, she's like, I'm gonna make 3 outfits to take with me. I'm like, this child is crazy, but she did it. 3 banging outfits, dresses like she finna walk down the red carpet, not some simple. I was like, this girl is cold. So I really think we should get together and like do a big event of just makers, just creators. You know,
that would be dope because I know some people.
So we're gonna look into that. We're gonna find a good space, and we're gonna be in touch, girl. We like family now. You go, girl, cousin.
Hi, cousin.
How are we on time, Tom?
I think we probably. Oh,
okay. Well, how much time are we on?
we probably exceeded our time.
Y'all definitely done more than an hour.
Okay. Yes. So we're just gonna do the one show then today.
Right.
All right. So okay, I want you to plug your business.
Okay.
Plug your businesses.
You on live, right?
Yeah. So once again, if you guys haven't gotten this book, it's on Amazon and
it's just on Amazon.
So you can get a hardcover or you can get the digital ebook. Get the paper cover because you need to write this out. Yeah, I ain't got no printers with no ink. Stop playing.
Facts.
Buy this because I got 2 printers and I ain't never got no ink. So come on, just get the paper copy. Work on yourself. Manifest whatever your dreams are. You got to change. You got to change how you do things to change your reality. Come on, we can't keep doing the same thing, waiting for something to hit. Like I expect to win the lottery, but I never buy a ticket. Not really making no sense. So I'm just gonna let our new cousin plug her businesses and let us know where we can find her candles and her books and her workshops. And I need a meditation box, probably 2. Yeah, so we gonna get that. Right.
All right.
I be at work every day. I'm gonna cuss this bitch out.
Trying to tell
I need something else to bring me in. Like that. Don't do that.
Right.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's so funny. So I have Sensational Flames, which is the candle business, and that is sensationalflamesmke.com. And then also have Choosing You, the self-care workbook to help become a better you. That is on Amazon. Also, that is choosingyoucoaching.com. I will be available to taking new clients starting April 1st for coaching, spiritual and life coaching sessions. And then also the Facebook group is called Choosing You. So come in, get what you need, give what you can give, and let's help grow and get the self-care thing down packed for our community and for our culture.
Yes, we need it. We need it. We got to stop just merely surviving, Black people. We got to learn how to live.
Yes.
And appreciate our lives while we have it. So thank you so much for coming on the show. Sorry we started a little bit late, but it was so much fun.
It was. I love it.
I love everything about what you're doing, and I love your candles. And let me go purchase some since Tone want to take them.
Right.
Jesus.
Set it on fire earlier.
All right, you guys.